Okay, Tov, so we have explained that when it comes to food, all melacha on Chol HaMoed is permissible, and even items which are used to make food or to store food is also permissible to be fixed, even if it's a maaseh or a professional action is necessary in order to fix the item. The same generalization that all melacha is permissible applies also, just like food is an essential for us, so to anything which relates to our human condition and our bodies itself is all permissible to be done on Chol HaMoed, and to either fix yourself or to ask someone else to fix for you. And thus, if, for example, the heating, depends which country you're in, but for example, in England, if the heating breaks, the boiler goes down over Yom Tov on Pesach, it can be very cold, even just a bit cold, but it's not. It's something which relates to a person's heat in their body. It's permissible to fix the boiler yourself or to call a professional in, of course not on Yom Tov, but on straight after Yom Tov, to call a professional in to come in and fix it. So with the plumbing of the house, if there's a problem with the the plumbing or whatever it may be, it's permissible. A window breaks, a person can call someone in to fix the window because you're not expected. This is your house, this is your identity, this is you're allowed to call someone in to fix it. And Moshe Feinstein writes, the same applies nowadays in hot countries with air conditioning. I don't know how applicable this would be in England on Pesach or Sukkot. I can't imagine so, but certainly in other countries, in Israel, air conditioning is nowadays is an essential, and therefore, if the air conditioning breaks, a person can call in a technician in order to fix it. Similarly, a woman is part of this heter, anything which is tzorchei haguf, anything which relates to the body itself of a person, is allowed to do all kinds of even professional work to her body, including makeup. A woman can go to, wants to, has an event to go to on Chol HaMoed in the evening, wants to look very nice, and go to a professional makeup artist. Even though it's Chol HaMoed, even though they're paying them, because this relates to her body itself, and therefore anything which is tzorchei haguf is permissible. This is to be distinguished from, say, clothes, which we're going to learn about, when you can fix clothes, buy clothes, or shoes, and so on. That's not the actual body itself. We're talking about things which relate to the body itself, such as makeup, such as anything else. Beauty to the woman herself is permissible to be done on Chol HaMoed, just like we've learned that for anyone else, anything which relates to is permissible. There it was written that you can't fix a shower on a private shower on Yom Tov, on Chol HaMoed, I mean. But again, times have changed, and not having a shower in the house is something which the vast majority of us nowadays wouldn't be able to cope with, and thus this then becomes tzorchei haguf. This becomes something which is part of our bodily integrity, that we can have a shower whenever we want, and therefore it would be permissible to call someone in order to fix the shower and be able to look after ourselves. Interestingly, there is a discussion, and it shows how much society has changed with regards to a phone. So, if a person's phone breaks on Chol HaMoed, or broke just before the Chag, it's impossible to fix it before the Chag, or it broke on Chol HaMoed, and so Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach wrote, that's not considered tzorchei haguf. He wrote this about 30, 40 years ago. That's not considered tzorchei haguf because, okay, a phone is nice to have and it's convenient. It's not an integral part of our identity. However, Rav Melamed, Reb Eliezer Melamed, one of our foremost poskim of this generation, sides that perhaps it is tzorchei haguf nowadays, and I think many would argue it is the case. You can't go out and you can't without your phone because you need to call people, etc., etc. And thus, there's a strong argument to say nowadays, if a person's phone breaks down, he doesn't have another phone to use over the Moed. If he's got another mobile phone, then of course, change your SIM card to that phone and use that phone. You don't have another phone to use, and that this is going to mean you're not going to have a phone until after the Chag. Then again, one has to use common sense. If the phone breaks on the last day of Chol HaMoed, a few hours before the Chag, then it would be wrong to go and fix it in the shop, because you're only going to use it for half an hour and you go after the Chag. But if, however, you've still got the Moed in front of you, and it's going to be hard without the phone, then of course, I think there's a strong grounds to say one can go and fix the phone, even if it's a professional, everyone needs to pay, because this relates to a person's, their tzorchei haguf, what's really necessary as part of who they are, just like fixing the window, just like fixing the shower, fixing the mobile phone as well. Many would argue that nowadays it is permissible to do on Cholam.